Hi, good evening. Welcome back to Jeffroy's Closet. I'm your host, Miss LeeLee, Miss Leeander, LeeLee Alexander. Welcome back to episode 2, y'all. Jeffroy's Closet, yes. So I hope you all joined us last Wednesday for the premiere of the show, actually, where I was just going over a little bit about what Jeffroy's Closet is. And I also gave you 5 of my favorite things in my closet. So if you missed that, I will post a link in the description so you can look at it, or on my YouTube, the YouTube page, Pass the Sugar TV, PASSDASUGA. You can also look under the playlist, Jeffroy's Closet, to watch the first episode if you missed last week. But here we are back for another show this week. Thank you to all of you all who are watching right now. Like, as you all know, this is one of the recorded shows I do, but I absolutely love this show because it really gives you a sense of a world into me as a genderqueer stylist and beauty advisor, from my own how I style myself and dress myself to just overall fashion and style and beauty culture. I'm really glad that I'm able to share this time with you. So truly, thank you to everyone who's been watching. Thank you to everyone who's supporting the whole channel overall. Like, the support I have gotten is phenomenal, and we just started. I just started this a few weeks ago, almost a month. So this is amazing. I'm so happy about it. I'm excited to be here, and just to share some things with you. So tonight we're gonna get into it with Jeffrey's Closet. We're gonna be discussing fashion versus style. Is there a difference? Do you know the difference? Jeffrey's Closet starts right now. Hi, welcome to Jeffro's Closet, everyone. My name is Mix Leander, LeeLee Alexander. I'll be your host this evening. And today we're going to be discussing fashion versus style. That's going to be the topic for today. So again, thank you for everyone who's joining for this, premiere, the second episode of Jeffroy's Closet. Thank you for all of you for following me on this journey and supporting me as well. But so yeah, we just gonna get right into it. Fashion versus style. Now, this is a topic, um, especially when I'm working with clients, styling them, doing their going through their wardrobe, trying to find them an outfit for an event, or just outfits in general for maybe the season. One of the things or the questions I always start with my clients is discussion of fashion versus style, and I think it's such a an important discussion and topic because when you're really thinking about how you want to dress yourself, looking at your wardrobe, how do you want to do your wardrobe, looking at shaping outfits and accessories, um, it's really important to understand the uniqueness of the two. Now, of course, both tend to be used interchangeably because one, when people say fashion, they often think of style. When people say style, they often think of fashion. Um, but I'm going to show Oscar de la Renta, a wonderful designer, one of my favorites. He said he has this quote: "Fashion is about dressing according to what's fashionable." So for me, fashion, and I think if you look at the bigger picture, fashion is more so really a cultural, sorry, kind of a big picture. It's like a big picture kind of cultural, the whole industry complex. When I think of fashion, I think of the trends. We recently just had the spring shows this past September, and so most of the time we had the spring shows or the spring fashions for the upcoming year. Um, and a lot of it that's when I think about with fashion. You think of the runway, you think of the designers, or you think of just kind of the garments and fabrics and stuff like that. In a pretty simple sense, that pretty much is fashion to some degree if you look at it from there. But then going back to Oscar de la Renta's quote, style is more about being yourself. So to me, style, that's where the personalization comes in. Fashion, you'll take a trend, let's say a popular trend, and it actually wants to be a topic for the future, definitely. We all know the little black dress. You know, most of us who do wear dresses may have a little black dress in our closet. It's usually always a staple in the closet. And the little black dress, I don't want to get to it now because that's definitely gonna be a whole topic I want to get to itself. You'll see why down the road in the show series. But the little black dress, since its time, like, and it's been around for a couple of centuries now, has undergone variations of design, and that's actually due to style. So we have fashion being, I like to think of it as a macro, the macro, the bigger world, the bigger picture. You're looking at culture, tradition, um, current trends. What's popular and what's popping. Um, and again, it's not just about trends. It could be, it could be more so for fun. Of course, we have political fashion. Um, I can't remember who, but it was a few years ago where it was. I want to say I forgot who it was, but it was a celebrity at the Met Gala ball. And if y'all in the comments, y'all probably could put it down. Because for the life of me, I can't think of their name right now. Um, but at the Met Gala ball, it's just like the famous little ball that's hosted every year by Anne Wintour, fashion everything. But anyways, this individual wore it was an outfit of it was like basically all the flags around the world that still outlawed homosexuality. It was basically like an outfit. That's what I consider political, something like that. Of course, anything like even with like I don't know, sweatshirt with maybe your political party affiliation on it. Okay, so that's why I think political. Fashion is also historical in the macro world. Historical. Look at depending on like for the kimono, that's very much a sacred garment of Japanese culture. Um, I know for a lot of black folks, I'm not gonna say all black folks, but a lot of black folks are into the shiki and the kind of like that type of print. That's a cultural and historical thing as well. Um, so fashion is really the macro. That's where you got all these different ideas, all the trends and stuff like there. Style for me is really again personal, very personal. It's about finding being yourself, expressing yourself. So basically, when I'm talking and working with clients, doing wardrobe editing, whatever, I always start with this conversation because I want to understand what is their sense of fashion versus style. Because fashion, usually when I'm working with clients, they automatically go to the fashion. Okay. They look at the trends. Oh, what's hot this season? Oh, polka dots is in this season. Or always having a black clutch is in this season. Like something like that. Um, which is fine. But then how do we personalize that? And that's where style comes in. And arguably, because a lot of people think fashion drives style, it's actually the other way around, really. One thing I fashion, how do I hold on, let me go back. Style, again, we know style is personal. Very personal. That's where you put your own taste on stuff. So something like that. So let's go back to the black dress, a staple within fashion culture. Um, it's really has, when we think of wearing black, especially black dress, it's usually always it used to be always associated with going to funerals or something that has to do with mourning or memorial passing or death or something like that. Now the little black dress we know has come to be a great little dress to wear on a date nights, on a casual nights, depending on the design. It can actually be for all occasions now. That's where style has come in, and then individualize the dresses according to who designed it. That's why it's very important when if you are working with designers who maybe are making a specialized piece for you or just designers in period. I think it's always important to not only understand that they understand the fashion industry, but do they understand their style? And more importantly, do they understand their own style? Because style is for me, is a very personal, internal thing. Okay. I can take again, just like the black dress, or you could literally any piece of garment, and this is why clothes have no gender. So no matter how you identify, you could literally take any piece of garment that is made under fashion. So we think about the different blouses, like different blouse designs. Usually, the blouse designs with kind of like tail are very popular. With fall coming upon us, we're going to see a lot of the boots coming out. You're taking the design and then you're making it your own. So I know, like going back to the boot example, I know a lot of people who will take, maybe buy their tens or whatever boots, and they'll kind of create their own designs. Especially, it's definitely in the sneaker world. It's about taking something that's on the macro level of fashion, very popular. Maybe in season, maybe not. It really actually with fashion that it really doesn't matter, but because honestly, fashion the trends recycle themselves. So that's why I always tell people be careful about necessarily throwing something away in your closet that you think is old or out of style. Just hold on to it. It might be a few years, it might be a few decades, but it's gonna come back. But style for me, so when I'm working with clients, because I am a genderqueer stylist, wardrobe, I do, help people, build outfits, redo their wardrobes, do stuff like that. I always look at style. I'm looking to understand what your style is because your style, how it's telling you, your style controls the fashion. Your style is a statement to who you are. Like, think about it. When you see somebody and how they dress, it's a statement. It's non-verbal communication. Um, and it's not necessarily judgment, but depending on how someone's dressed, like I'm thinking about, um, interviews. When you go on an interview, it's still kind of common practice that, you should always kind of dress business casual, whether it be a nice maybe iron dress or a skirt with a nice button blouse or some slacks with a nice button shirt, a tie, something that looks like very business casual. So and usually when we see somebody, let's say you have two candidates for an interview, you have one candidate who has, maybe the slacks or the black skirt, the button down, maybe a blazer and maybe a tie. And of course, these like some all black or some all solid kind of one of the common colors, major primary color shoes. Or then you might have another candidate who may come in jeans and a t-shirt with a fitted cap. Now, of course, there's a whole sociological construct around always, looking at someone and judging them. But to be fair, that is how we style, how we dress. It does serve as a form of communication to others. Um, and that's one thing I truly do like about when I'm talking about fashion versus style. That's why I say I'm a stylist. I'm not a fashionista. I'm not a fashion designer. I'm a stylist because I'm able to really understand and talk with individuals to analyze them and help them reflect their inner self in their outward appearance. When you're talking about, especially with um, the trans community and pretty much anyone under the trans umbrella, styling can be very, very I don't know, how do I put it? It can be very um soothing in a way. It could be very renewing. And I say that because for me, so I do identify as trans, non-binary to be exact. My energies kind of are kind of a mix of masc and femme. So that's how really my outward dress, my outward actions, everything. That's how I express myself. Um, and then for me, it was huge because um, I don't know. I knew, I know I was going through what's known as dysphoria, gender dysphoria. If you don't know what that is, that's basically, just to put it in simple layman terms, um, when a person, um, no matter the gender or identity, gender is, when a person, um, when who a person feels they are or feel who a person is not reflected on the outside. So within the trans community, that could be take place. Like um, that could look like many things. For some people, it's more so biological. So we have, there are people like for um, female to male, trans men. There are those who do go through top surgery where the breast might be removed. Um, Vice versa for male to female, there are some who might get top surgery to get breasts. There are those, or either side, or even the non. And this isn't just for trans men and trans women, but again, everyone in the trans community. There could be, yeah, something reflecting their body that it doesn't feel like it's them, or it could be how they're dressing. Maybe, you know, a person who was assigned male at birth, they don't want to always, or maybe they don't uh, identify with dressing with male clothes, the traditional male clothes at least. Maybe they're who they are is to wear express themselves is through the female clothes. I know for me, my trans dysphoria doesn't come really if anything biological for body. For me, I don't want any surgeries, and I don't want to take hormones. For me, it's really about how I dress. I like to dress as I am. And when I say that, that's because I don't see, I used to always just adhere to styling myself under traditional male clothes. That's where my dysphoria came in because, well, it's not that I didn't necessarily hate the male clothes, but I also wanted to play around with female clothes, quote unquote, because again, clothes have no gender. As I began to, and mind you, I had to really much redo my whole wardrobe. Still kind of am. Um, but I pretty much had to redo my whole wardrobe because it wasn't just reflecting who I was. It wasn't reflecting my style. It was fashion, definitely fashion, but it wasn't reflecting my style, who I was, who I wanted the world to understand who I am. And that's why I think it's so important to really understand and gauge the difference between fashion and style because you can get so caught up in fashion that you become bland. It does not matter how fashionable you are. You can have the latest garments. Oh, even better yet, for people who always, 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 always just have to have something named Brando. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. However, most of the people I see who do that, I don't judge people how they dress themselves. I don't. Because again, style is very personal. But these people who just go out and buy all of these um, brand names just to say they have brand names or whatever, and then just piece together an outfit and think it's all going to come together because everything is a brand name. You can tell that that's not your style. You're just wearing it because it's a brand name, and you look like a complete fool. And I'm not saying you don't not saying there's anything wrong again for using name brand, but are you going for name brand to style yourself because it's truly reflects who you are, like putting this outfit that you have put together with all brand names, it truly expresses who you are on the inside, or you just like it because it's fashionable and in trend and you trying to be in a trend. Okay. Yes. So fashion, trends, definitely. You think about the fashion shows, fashion designers, garments, fabric, stuff like that. The nitty gritty on top of the cultural, social, all of that stuff. Fashion, style, way more micro, way more in self awareness, way more self reflection. You could have two people who shop at the same stores, maybe even have a couple of the same pieces. So fashion wise, they might be there on the same level. They shop in the same stores, like in the same pieces. But style wise, how are they putting them pieces together? How you might wear your black dress is going to be different from how I wear mine. Keep in mind too that especially within the last century, fashion has grown to not just include garments, fabrics. It includes accessories, how you style your hair accessories, shoes, socks, makeup. Fashion has really expanded, especially and I think that's due to style, really, because people are taking these fabrics, these garments, and then individualizing it with their own style. So it could be taking again the black dress, maybe adding one of your classic jewelry pieces that you have, or maybe one of your style with one of your shoes. Again, how you do it might be different from how I do it. I could give two people the same exact sweater and tell them to go create an outfit, accessories and all. So on fashions, if they're on the same level, I'm giving them both the same fabric, but they're taking that sweater and putting together whatever they have to make their own outfits. That's style, because that's going to be a reflection of who they are. So I think it's very important that, when we're talking about fashion and stuff, because again, both are used interchangeably, that you're looking at fashion, yes, the macro, that's the macro world. The fabrics, the garments, the shows, the trends, the culture, all that. Fashion, style. Well, how can I make this garment mine? How do I use this garment to reflect who I am? Fashion is the canvas, style is the art, the picture. You are the artist. And a lot of people say that, being a wardrobe stylist myself, I'm not gonna say we aren't artists because we definitely can put together outfits and this and that. But in many ways, we could also be therapists because again, the way I operate is I want to get to know you as a client. Who are you? What are you about? What do you like? And I'm not just saying the superficial stuff like the size, measurement, stuff like that, colors you like, all that other stuff. Really, who are you? Because once you find that out, I'm not going to say it becomes easier to style yourself, but I find that a lot of clients become more comfortable in being able to go shop for themselves. I've went through that same experience. You know, having when I was younger, definitely, I would walk into a mall and just be lost. I would see all these great outfits, and again, my closet has always been fashion, but I've always had the latest trends and stuff like that. But at some point, I was not being true to who I was. I was styling. I was not styling for myself. So I feel like you have to be very careful not to get too caught up in fashion and understand your style. Don't be one of those people who just wear brand names to wear brand names. If you're gonna wear them, piece them together. Style them according to you. Make a statement. Style is about statement. It doesn't have to be a big statement. It's just a statement that I'm here. This is who I am. Again, it's not the first person thing you look at when you see a person. At least I do, kind of. Is what are they wearing? That could tell you. I'm not gonna say it's gonna tell you the facts, but again, that our imagination gets to wondering, right? We get to wondering. And of course, certain fashion pieces do symbolize certain things. Like if you see somebody in shrubs, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna think they're working healthcare somewhere, whether it be doctor, lawyer, doctor, nurse, what somewhere in the healthcare field. If you see somebody in a certain uniform, like UPS uniform, of course, okay, well, so again, that's how we communicate what we do, who we are, who we represent, stuff like that. Okay. And keep in mind that style does change over time. Okay. Fashion arguably does too, but again, with fashion, if you think about the trends and stuff, they tend to always get recycled some way or another. So fashion, I'm not going to say fashion doesn't necessarily change over time. It definitely does. It adds, it change, does all that. But I also feel like there's a cycle to it as well. With styling, it's just like ever growing. It's ever expanding. Um, it's ever moving on. How I style myself now is not how I styled myself last year or 2 years ago or 5 years ago. Style is truly about you always, and that's why I would tell my clients when you're thinking about making an outfit, doing your wardrobe, adding pieces to your wardrobe, think about who you are and where you are at your life right now. Now, there are certain things, of course, when I'm doing, my services if you're looking at your wardrobe, there are, of course, there's certain staple pieces that no matter how much time goes on, your style could change. There are certain pieces you do keep, obviously. But over time, you might find that your style changes. Oh my God, I remember my early 20s. I don't know what it was, but I was like obsessed with plaid. I was obsessed with plaid. And then I think it was around 25 when I started. That's when I did my because I did a big wardrobe change around 21. That was my first one because that's when I lost a lot of weight. And then again at 25 because I looked at my closet one day and it was just nothing but plaid. I think it was like plaid, a lot of dark colors because that's what I was into. That was my style at the time. I love plaid. I love dark colors. I probably have to reflect on why that was. I don't know why, but it just appealed to me. And I just got, and it was good between probably 20 to 25. But when I got 25, 26, and I looked at the closet like, I'm bored now. This ain't me. So, but yeah, so I really want to hear what are your all thoughts? What do you see as fashion? What do you style? How do you define either or? Do you agree with my definition? Do you have your own? To you, is it like to you? Is it just all the same still? Because that's still it's option. I think the important thing is that you really have to understand one what it means to you. Two, how you use that understanding and self reflection to guide you in creating your own wardrobe and outfit. If that makes any sense. And that's usually when I'm doing my virtual services and stuff like that, or any of my styling services. I always start with this topic. How do you see fashion? How do you see style? From fashion, I get what trends you like, what colors you like, all that stuff. Styling is how do I put this all together to do you? So that was just a little tidbits of for those of you. Actually, I would kind of consider just maybe a little free class or a little part of what I do in my services. Just a little, like very skeptical. But um, if you're looking at your wardrobe right now, thinking I need a change, I need this and that, that's a great topic to start with. That's why I always start with that topic because it really, for one, it helps you not only look at fashion overall to see what trends or what trends are out now, what's popular, maybe you might be into those, but also to really do some self reflection. Like, well, who am I as a person, and how do I reflect that? What colors make me happy? What fabrics make me happy? What designs make me happy? So just some food for thought. So yeah, yeah, I want to hear your thoughts. Now if you're watching the premiere, I want to hear your thoughts or read your thoughts. If you're watching the playback, still, let's have a conversation about this. Fashion versus style. What does it mean to you? Do you know your own style? So yeah, there's that. Well, that's it, y'all, right now for Jeffro's Closets. Of course, I'll be back next Wednesday. And you know what? Next Wednesday, I want to talk more about the black dress now. because there is such an interesting history behind it. Yeah, I'm gonna say it because I was talking about earlier. Like, no, that's definitely next week's topic. So I want to talk about the little black dress, the history around it, and the possible future of it. So that's going to be next week's topic on Jeffro's Closet. Again, as always, thank you all for coming out and supporting me. This is the second episode of Jeffro's Closet. Listen, I'm just having a great time doing this. I truly love this. I truly love doing what I do. Um, this is just such a blessing that I'm able to do this. So thank you all for all your support. Thank you for tuning in. For those watching the premiere, for those watching the playback, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate your support. Just a friendly reminder, I do have virtual styling appointments that are available and open until Sunday 11/21, November 21st. That's this month, a few more weeks. Um, so if you're trying to get in, because actually, probably after the next week, they might be sold out, y'all. So if you're trying to get in, um, yeah. So I'm only doing virtual services up until the 21st of November. After that, this all services will be coming back next year. Um, Another thing too is I do have a new show coming out next Saturday. It's not this Saturday. Not this Saturday. Don't be looking at this Saturday because y'all be looking, y'all be mad because I told y'all next Saturday, not this upcoming Saturday. That's going to be Saturday, November 13th at 12 p.m. I'm going to be dropping the Pop Shop Hot Buy Sweet Prices. That's going to be premiering next Saturday, the 13th at 12 p.m. I'm going to give you a little bit more in depth knowledge or details about that on Friday. But I'm putting it this way, it's basically a virtual pop up shop. That's going to be premiering next Saturday. And that one makes the third show for Path to Sugar TV also. Probably next week, I'll be giving you a little bit more information about the fourth show I'm going to be releasing in December. Um, so definitely stay tuned for that. Um, Make sure you also go and follow Path to Sugar on the social medias. We on the social medias. Facebook, House, HUSPDS. IG and Twitter, that's PDS underscore style. That's PDS underscore STYLE. Go ahead and follow me on those social medias, like the pictures, everything I post over there. Because I'll be definitely going to start posting a lot more about the upcomings and shows and whatnot, and some other happenings that's going on. So you don't want to miss out. You can also check me out on www.passthesugar.com. That's www.passdasuga.com. www.passthesugar. You can find out more information about Pass Sugar TV, any of this show and other shows as well. That's also where you can book your virtual appointments. I also have a feature over there called Let's Chat feature, which is basically where I like kind of like a little um, post board where I post happenings and whatnot. I usually like to post a lot of stuff that I don't mention elsewhere, so make sure you're following so you can make sure you're up to date. I say check it every day, at least every other day, because you never know when will drop. Okay. And of course, this Friday, baby, LeeLee Speaks Live is back. Cause what? I got something to say. That's gonna be back this Friday at 8 p.m. YouTube, Pass the Sugar TV. That's PASSDASUGA at 8 p.m. I'm back with LeeLee Speaks, honey. Cause you know I got something to say. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'll be dropping the topic for it tomorrow. So I'm gonna do it on the social media pages, and I'm going to post it on the website. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you tune in, honey. And of course, as always, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Subscribe, like, and share. Subscribe, like, and share. Listen, I'm just again, the amount of support I'm getting for these videos is phenomenal. And I'm glad you all are enjoying the content. I love being able to bring you more content. I'm excited for what's coming. I cannot wait to share with you all. Actually, I can't wait for you all to see it all. Like y'all, there's just so much that's about to happen. So get ready. But yeah, y'all. So that's all I have for right now. I'll see you next Friday. Not next Friday. This Friday. Make sure you also go ahead over and join look at Mother Jasmine Divine, her channel. That's YouTube Jasmine, Jazmine, Divine, Divine, honey. Cause she doing it over there. Check her out. Check out my sibling too, Silent Artist on YouTube. Savon, the experience on YouTube. I think of hers is Savon111. Make sure you check out all these great other artists too, honey, because I'll be on there over there as well, honey. Checking out their stuff. Sometimes I'm always usually on Jasmine shows. Baby, Key can have a good time getting educated. So there's so many influencers, so many of us out here who are just love doing this to bring you great content. And yeah, just check us out and support us, y'all. But until Friday, y'all, be well. Take care of yourselves. It's hump day. We made it through. We almost there. We almost there, y'all. We got this. We got this. We got this. Okay. So until next time, y'all. Join me again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. for another Jeffroy's Closet. We're going to be discussing the little black dress. And I'll see you this Friday for LeeLee Speaks Live. Bye.